Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I love you. I'm sending you a really big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane right now. I want to do a quick video on cognitive dissonance and the power that it has right now and how many humans are going to be experiencing this. So what's happening right now is we are waking up. More humans, millions of humans are waking up because we are holding higher frequencies. We are tapping into higher states of consciousness. And when we do that, we begin to free ourselves from the propaganda, the manipulation, and the programming that we have been conditioned to believe our entire life. And what is also happening is there is a massive collapsing of very dark energetic systems that have been controlled by a very small amount or very small population of humans. We call them the elite. These systems are very dark, okay? And they have been around for a very long time, and they have been manipulating and controlling us. They have been keeping us down. As we wake up, we start to speak our truth. We start to see through the manipulation and the programming, and we start to see what's actually happening in those systems, including the massively large sex trafficking that many humans want to ignore. And what happens when these systems start to collapse, when the elite starts to realize that humans are seeing through it, and they're starting to stand up, unshackle themselves, step out of the cages, they get louder, they become a bully. They call it a conspiracy theory. They call these people crazy. They mute them, i.e. censor them, right? Facebook censored the hashtag Save the Children. Why? Our role is to start asking why. Why are they so afraid? What are they so afraid of? Why are they belittling? Why are they calling it a conspiracy theory? Why are they not even talking about it? Here's why. It is such a dark system, many of them. They are so dark that not only the human population is going to be unable to accept it, but it will literally destroy these humans that have been doing it. It's called cognitive dissonance. The humans are going to start to slowly hear truths that are so horrible that you're not going to be able to hold it as a truth. And so what happens is the human ignores it or pretends it's not real. Okay, so a cognitive dissonance is when there is a truth that comes up. You see it, you read it, you hear it, but it is so awful, you can't wrap your head around it. And so you can't accept it. And so you don't accept it. The problem with cognitive dissonance and these massive systems that are collapsing is they're very dark. And so it's okay if you can't accept it, but at least be able to recognize what's happening. There's no right or wrong around this, but let's keep our eyes open and let's recognize what is actually happening. The bully in the schoolyard is getting more mean. They're trying to silence and censor and quiet that which they don't want to be seen because it is so horrific that the human population will not only go into some sort of psychosis perhaps, but they will be destroyed. And so we're going to be safe. We're going to be okay. It's going to drop very slowly, this information. But it is normal to feel cognitive dissonance. It's normal to feel like there's no way you can hold that. There's no way you can wrap your head around what these individuals did, especially these individuals that you held high regard for, and this is all over the world. So if you can recognize that it's cognitive dissonance, it's a normal reaction, then you can slowly begin to settle into what if. And the bigger picture, which is even more important, is that this is density alchemizing into light. This is density alchemizing into light. This is ascension. This is the divine plan. This is what is designed to unravel in order for us to move into and continue to shift into higher states of consciousness on an individual and a human collective level. We have to see it. You're allowed to turn your back. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to do whatever you need to do. But if we continue to allow cognitive dissonance and ignorance to lead the way we watch this, then it's going to take a much longer time. We want to see it with courage. We want to acknowledge it with courage. We want to remember that we're safe to allow it to unravel. Ask yourself, critically think, who's calling what a conspiracy theory and why? Who's calling who crazy and why? Who is quieting who and why? Who is censoring who and or what and why? What is being given to us and what is being held from us and why? It is time that we start to see how manipulated and controlled we have been by the media. All of it. It's time. This is why you're here, to wake up and to see through it. And if cognitive dissonance plays a role, at least just be aware of cognitive dissonance. I am seeing something, reading something, watching something that I cannot grasp. There is no way that happened. And yet it did. That's why it's coming up. It's cognitive dissonance, and it's okay. Love yourself more. Love humans more. Love humanity more. Give yourself and others compassion and empathy. This is the great unraveling. This is consciousness shifting from one frequency to the next. And we are safe. We are dismantling. We are going to win. The light always wins. But the dark is going to get loud. They're going to fight. They're going to call people crazy. They're going to silence them. They're going to shut them down. They're going to call it a theory. All for their own safety and protection, to feel as if they still are alive and in control. Just pay attention, that's all. Just watch. Just listen. Pay attention to who, what, when, why, where. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for courageously being here and for courageously keeping your eyes open, your heart open, and taking one step in front of the other as we shift the entire human collective.